Making his major league debut, a couple weeks shy of his 32nd birthday, Cam Booser will come on.
Tough days. I mean, when I first retired, I walked away from the game. It was partial due to injuries. A lot of it was due to some mental stuff that I was going through. You know, the injuries kind of compiled up and led me to start to abuse a little bit of alcohol, and that led to, you know, me just not really knowing myself after a couple of years. And so when I walked away from the game, that kind of continued a little bit, and I was fortunate to get some help from my family to get away from that. And I started to work construction for a company that my father worked for, and through that I kind of started to, you know, find myself a little bit again. And then when I started to work with some kids back home at a facility, that's where I really started to find that itch again to kind of want to come back and play. I thought about playing every single day after I retired, especially when I was working construction. You know, we were working on the high rises in Seattle. I would look at T-Mobile Park every single day and just fantasize about one day getting there. But it was when I started working with the kids and started coaching again, that's when I really found that itch again. Just playing catch with them every day and being around the game was, I mean, really when I considered even trying to come back. There was a lot of dark days during that process, but through the support of some of my buddies and some trainers back home, I was able to realize that I still had a legitimate shot at trying to come back and play. At that time, for me, it was just, I didn't like the way that I went out in 2017. You know, when I looked in the mirror, I didn't really recognize the person I was anymore. But when I came back out of retirement, I really just, if all I could have done was play any ball, that was fine for me, because I really just wanted to come back and just try to enjoy the game that I love so much. I didn't feel like I really respected the game the way that I went out in 2017. So I just wanted to get back to playing the game that I loved. And, you know, through God's grace and his mercy, I was able to find an affiliated job again with Arizona. That didn't work out, but like I said, man, through his grace and his mercy, now I'm sitting here at Fenway Park. So it was definitely a wild ride and a journey. And I don't know that I would have really wanted to have it any other way, because I felt like if I would have debuted when I was younger, I wouldn't appreciated it. Now I just try to be grateful for every day that I wake up, and the fact that I'm able to play professional baseball is all that more of a blessing. And the fact that I get to do it here with the Boston Red Sox is just a dream come true. It was a lot, man. It was everything I could have dreamed of and then some. You know, the guys in the team made it really cool after the game. You know, Kenley said some really nice words, and Cora had a few good things to say. But the emotions during the game was, I tried to hold it in the best that I could when I was pitching. After I struck out McCutchen, that was kind of like, it was hard not to really kind of savor that moment. And then once the game was over, I kind of looked around and tried to absorb all of it. But I had to thank God for the blessing of just being able to have that opportunity, just to be able to stand on that field. I mean, with the Boston Red Sox, it's still crazy to me to even say, to shake AC's hand after the game, to see all those guys in the clubhouse afterwards. It was pretty cool, man. My family was there for every step of the way, from the first professional pitch I ever threw to the one in the big leagues. They were there from my little league days to my college days. They've been there every single step of the way. And that was pretty emotional after the game, being able to just hold them tight, and to have them there for that moment was everything I could have possibly asked for. Being here was when reality really sunk in. I envisioned this moment in my mind more than a million times, stepping on this field, being in this bullpen, here in Sweet Caroline. This is the organization that I dreamed of doing this with my entire life. So to be here in this uniform at this park is a literal dream come true. One of the first people I thought of was Alan Embry. He was a coach of mine in 2013. We didn't really get to, you know, work a whole lot. It was a collegiate summer league, but he was a guy that I grew up and idolized a lot. He reached out to me after I had debuted, and that was something that was really special to me. He was a guy that I always kind of emulated growing up. You know, as far as the people immediate in my life, it was just my family, my girlfriend and my family. They've been through the indie ball days, through the retirement, through the ups and the downs. They've been there for me every step of the way. And so to be able to share that moment for them in Pittsburgh was all that much more special. I didn't really want to cry, but the emotions just flooded through me. I think it was just kind of reflecting on a lot of those dark days when, you know, I didn't really know if there would be a next day, let alone if there would be a day playing baseball. So being able to reflect on that was pretty special, man. Yeah. If you have a dream, man, don't give up. If you need help, ask for it. If you got a friend, talk to them. If you need help, ask for it. If you love something, pursue it. You know, you only got one shot at this life, so surround yourself with people that support you in and out. Dark days, good days, they're there no matter what. Find something that you find near and dear to your heart, and don't ever quit.